Hello and welcome to Editing with My Wife, now with more gas. My name's the Hooded Philosopher and I'm here with Cheesy Loops. Cheesy Loops, do you smell any popcorn?
Ew. What?
I farted.
No, ew.
We don't
Ew.
always have to be so serious, right? Why so
Ew.
serious? Alright,
It smells like flaming hot Cheeto.
I didn't actually fart.
I know.
Movie magic, I'll edit it in later.
Listen. You also haven't had flaming hot Cheetos for a few days.
No, it's been a while.
You did get, what did you get? Chips. You did laundry yesterday.
I got some barbecue chips as well.
You got some barbecue chips. And I saw the bag in the car.
And a mango pineapple.
And a mango pineapple. And you know what I smell right now?
Spiced cake.
Spiced cake! Alright. Chapter 4, A Great Distance. The vastness of the universe has many rules dictated by the physical parameters that spawned it. Time takes all, so to look beyond it seems pointless. Somewhere in that limitless act of causation that spawns yet more limitless acts of causation.
Are you having a problem?
Why is it doubled?
It's a very complicated sentence.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
That's why I highlighted it, and we'll move on. Right?
Yes. Good job.
But read the whole thing together, starting with somewhere, ending with understanding.
Yes.
Okay.
Somewhere in that limitless act of causation that spawns yet more limitless acts of causation, we have built an understanding. It was time that they had plenty of. The prophecy was never the end. It never asks for it to end. It just asks that you do what you are asking of it. The universe is filled with life. If it weren't for my acts within the endless nature of our infinite time, then maybe Earth would have been lost to the abyss of nothingness. But alas, the nature of the prophecy is to be a tempting truth within time's endless border. In place of the utopia that the Fae could have had, if they had learned the same lesson as their younger siblings, that good must stand by good. Instead, they have ages of misery. Good is best explained by the simple teaching that wise men on Earth have been crying for millennia. It was a simple message. Good is not using another thinking being. Okay, sorry.
That's a sentence. That's why there's a capital there. It's missing a period.
That smells really good.
Okay.
Good is not using another thinking being as a tool to accomplish their own will. To many of the countless lives that inhabit the greater universe, this is not a thought in their head anymore. Wow. Okay, let's try that again. That was all cheesy cheese.
It's a lot of text too. It's chunky.
Also, it's been a rough day.
And it's been a rough day. Yeah.
To many of the countless lives that inhabit the great creeks.
Sorry. I just needed to
You gotta make it.
not cut your face off.
To many of the countless lives that inhabit the greater universe, this is not a thought in their head anymore. It became simply an action they decided not to take. Earth has prospered and aided many different races, spreading the will of the divine arcane. Divinity, in this case, is a representation of the virtuosity that comes from doing the good thing. The arcane represents all that we really can't fit in our limited heads, that which cannot be reduced computationally, a being of unknown virtues. Glimmer and Eleanor made their way to the overseer building. Good must stand by good, Eleanor read aloud. When they first came, the Vrina helped us humans figure out what good really meant. Anytime the human questioned anything about this particular matter, the Vrina ambassador would simply state, if you don't stand by good, you stand by evil, Glimmer explained. It was over 200 years ago. I'm only 25, something they taught us all as cadets at Security Alpha.
That should be the full thing.
He reached for the door panel. It opened to a well-lit, doorless room filled with chairs. Like a waiting room where you only wait. So what do we do? Eleanor asked. We wait. Like all good things, they take time. Glimmer took a seat, and Eleanor sat next to him. The chairs were comfortable enough. Looking around, Eleanor noticed the distinct lack of doors. Where is the overseer? There are no doors. Glimmer laughed. The overseer is the building. They called it a self-generating, sapient mind. It speaks only of the intentions and nothing more. How does it do that? She asked rhetorically. If I knew that, I would be in engineering. He If I knew that, I'd be in engineering, he explained as best he could. Well then, why don't we... Well then, why don't I see a Vrina walking the streets of Earth, she asked. The Vrina live quite a ways away, in a galaxy we Earthlings lovingly named M18. The Vrina call it the Endless Spin. That is a much better name, she smiled, a knowing smile. You know, the ancient South African nation called it the backbone of the sky. Ancient China called it the Silver River. Are we talking about M18?
No, that's why I need to read. That's why I highlighted it. We're talking about the Milky Way.
Oh.
So it should say the African nation called the Milky Way.
Oh, okay. Yet we keep it to ancient Greek lore about an ancient mother goddess spreading her milk across the sky. We all need this galaxy like a baby needed its mother's milk. The ancient Greeks were nothing if not poetic, Glimmer said, distracted. Well, it seems that the intention was to trick you. Does your friend like to play pranks? He said to...
Oh, uh-oh. That should be like one statement.
Oh.
This is connected. It's all Glimmer saying it.
Okay. Well, it seems like the intention was to trick you. Does your friend like to play pranks? He said to a shocked Eleanor. My friend and I are very non-confrontational. She wouldn't do that to me. A growing concern stopped her in her tracks. How did you... She started to ask. Glimmer pointed to his head, explaining with, a special implant allows me to communicate with it. I just need to be in an overseer outpost. That's why they must be everywhere. He nodded, confirming it for her. They headed out of the building, as he explained. The intent was to sell it in the beta quadrant of the Andromeda galaxy.
So we're just leaving it there, like, that's what happened. They're gonna go somewhere else.
Okay.
Because that's where he's going.
See, in this one, whereas all the other ones, like, your dialogue section is really good, but your, like...
Yeah.
Explanation section is kind of rough.
That's the nature of the story part, I think.
This is switched.
Yeah.
Your explanation is really good, but your dialogue's chopped.
It is, and it's not very grabbing.
No, it's not.
But then again, it's like chapter 7, things change, and the tone changes. Everything changes after a couple chapters. So we'll give it that time and that space it needs.
Ooh, it smells.
But I'm more than happy to go over a lot more than what we highlighted, too.
I can't wait to have cake after this.
I'm going to have it during. Are you kidding me?
That's rude.
Can you start? No, it's a video. Who are you being rude to? People who willingly watched it?
Yeah.
Well, then, they don't watch it. Oh, well.
I think with this one, we didn't highlight so much for anything other than you fixing a little bit here and there. So what if you fix your tidbits where you realize you missed something or you didn't put that thing, and then let's go back through just the quote part. Does that make sense?
Not sure what you're saying, no.
Fix your tidbits that you highlighted.
And then come back through
and then we're going to go through this dialogue.
That's fine.
It's the dialogue.
This is an easy fix, but probably needs more.
Foiness.
It's like the setting isn't that important because the overseer office, whatever that building is, it's just flat white walls with a seating for people to sit, wait for the detective. Or for the detective to sit and wait for the
overseer to give him
the intention. Because all it does is give intention. And with that, they hope to fix it. Why are you showing up now, huh? Where were you?
What do you mean to the Bogans?
Well, you explained twice there. Okay. I thought the milk would be whatever. Is backbone weird? It is. How weird.
Oh no, you can't have that yet. I didn't tell you so. Gonna ask? Good girl. High five? Good girl. Ooh, good girl. I didn't even finish the word. You just heard the whispering. Good girl.
All right.
Good girl. Good puppy. That's a new trick we
You
caught
said
recently.
named here.
Lovingly. The Galaxy Readers lovingly named M18. Good girl.
Alright, this was worse than I ever
High
thought
five?
possible.
Good.
Another explain, too. I got too many explains. I'm seeing too many explains.
Oh, fix all your explain. Well, no, we'll fix your explains in a second. Because we're going to change the dialogue. So just fix all the little tidbits and then we'll work on the dialogue.
Yeah, I know. I'll just leave the explain there. 'Cause
Okay.
that was the goal, was to fix whatever that was. Okay, so this actually here is the beginning of the dialogue we can work on real quick. I think up here, yeah, up here is just some dialogue we haven't marked, and it's all expository.
Good girl. We're having fun.
Yeah, do finish your treats for the boat. Finish your treat for the sweet puppy. She deserves it.
You just have to whisper. You don't have to say words. You don't have to tell her how to do it.
She's getting it. She's a smart
She's
puppy.
smart. She's only been doing this for like 3 days. Good girl. She's so cute. So you were saying about the over 200 years old. Sorry.
This I think is just maybe bad writing. Oops. That's not the right symbol either.
Well, that's Glimmer and Eleanor. The sentence that says Glimmer and Eleanor made their way to the overseer building. That's the start of the dialogue. So we'll worry about that here in a second, because that's probably the worst part of
above
this.
that we're except for maybe this period.
That and then many different races spreading the will of the arcane divine.
Yeah.
What about that?
What's going on there to you? That's what it is. I need to know I'm saying the right thing there.
Council of Good.
So the Council of Good is based in the galaxy M18, or like the locals call it, the Endless Spin. Okay.
Well, that's what it's many. Earth has prospered and aided many different races, spreading the will of the arcane.
But
divine
Earth
arcane.
has it now.
Earth has it now.
So Vrina must have brought it with them, according to the text ahead. Okay.
Yes.
And then I get into what divinity means and what arcane means before I go into the final description, which I think is very clear as to what this thing is, and it is a being of unknown virtues. So anything that's good that we can't understand, it's a being of that. It has no evil in it. There's no reason for it to do that kind of stuff.
The Vrina or the Overseer?
The divine arcane.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I just wanted to be very clear that this is the introduction into this world of the divine arcane, isn't it? I think it might be.
What do you mean?
I don't think I talk about it before this chapter, right? This is the first time I'm mentioning the divine arcane.
Yes.
Did I mention it in any other book?
Any other book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The divine arcane.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, it's heavily in A View from Above. But I did.
Heavily, yeah. Oh, maybe not. Maybe.
I think it is.
I think
it is
you
in there.
allude to it because our divine is stronger than your divine, and then the arcane beasts.
Yeah.
It kind of is like you had to piece it together.
That's the idea. That was the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's kind of even where it spawned. Okay. So above that, we just have this, which is the question you had from the beginning.
Yeah. So you have it somewhere in the limitless act.
So
of
the
causation.
let's go for that first clause. What is this limitless act of causation? What does that mean to you?
Things constantly happening forever.
It's a single act, and it's limitless.
Right.
A single act. I know. I see. I'm aware of it. Single act. It's limitless that causes things to happen. That spawns yet more things that can cause infinite things to happen. That's how I'm describing the existence. Existence kind of lies within a limitless act of causation, spawning more limitless acts of causation.
Okay.
Whereas the journey is, it's ethereal. It's not a real, tangible thing. It's like we can tap into it with our imagination. The way they can tap into Earth and do stuff, we can kind of go the other direction in our imagination. That's the only way we can get in there.
Okay.
And in there, and the reason why our imaginations functions the way they do is because it's just kind of a constant journey, a constant going ons of things. So that they don't. So in other words, the things that happen within the journey are not acts of causation spawning more acts of causation. That's not what's happening.
Oh, what are they?
It's pure imagination.
Oh, okay.
Like there's no thing of it. There's no place to go. There's no other dimension. It's just existence as an act of pure imagination.
Huh.
Yeah. It's a complicated thought, but I'm trying to create something that isn't reality, that isn't causation causing causation, but rather just this floating entity of a kind of existence that is mimicking what we have. That if they had stayed with us, maybe the journey would be a more expansive and confusing place. But because they shut it off after the vampires and the werewolves, it kind of...
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the universe. So somewhere in the universe, we have built an understanding, is all I'm saying.
But you have it repeating itself.
Because I want to differentiate the existence from the journey, which are both part of the universe.
Somewhere in that limitless act of causation, that spawns yet more limitless acts of causation. We have built an understanding. The way you have it, okay, so somewhere in the limitless act of causation, we have built an understanding. And that limitless act of causation has made more limitless acts of causation. That's what you're saying in this sense.
No, I'm saying we have built an understanding inside of chaos that's caused by infinite causation from all directions.
No, I'm just reading the sentence how you have it here. Somewhere in that limitless act of causation, and you get rid of what's in the commas, we have built an understanding. Right?
Okay.
And that limitless act of causation is that...
Oh, it should be somewhere in the limitless act of causation. The original limitless act of causation. The singular act of causation.
Okay.
The thing that popped us into existence, whatever it was. That caused things to start being caused.
Okay.
Whatever that was.
So change the word.
Well, I'm wondering if I need to be more elaborate here. So somewhere in the distant past of the limitless act of causations that caused.
That's just even more confusing.
Okay, right. What am I missing?
Okay, so somewhere in the limitless act of causation, that spawned yet more limitless acts of causation. We have built an understanding, and the does fix it a little bit. But you just have it twice in there, and it's just like this spiral.
I'm trying to bring on this kind of grandiosity, right? In these early little bits here, the idea is he's thinking very highly of himself. So he's trying to be very flowery and specific with his language. And what he's trying to specifically express here is that inside of a universe that came from a single action that now is represented by an infinite number of actions that can then also spawn even more unlimited actions. It's like I wanted to lengthen out the understanding of causation. It's a long process. Lots of causation is now happening. It's like the limitless is doubled by this statement. I'm doubling up on the limitless act of causation.
You're doubling up on something that's already
limitless, yeah.
Limitless. That's a weird way of saying things.
It's a little under.
Oh, well then put it back in. Default.
Yeah. Still good.
Well, it's gotta cool before I'm gonna even eat it. So that one's yours. All right, so put the there. Put the there. The there.
Or the original limitless act of causation.
Okay, the original is good.
I mean, should I do it? So the thing is, I've got big words here, and so now I'm wondering to myself if I'm writing this right, because the causation, is that what's limitless, or is it the act that's limitless? Is what I think I've got limitless in the wrong place. I think it might be limitless causation, not limitless act.
Oh yeah.
See, I don't know if you get what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, because it's the limitless acts of causation versus limitless causation of act.
Like a single act of limitless causation versus a limitless act of single causation.
Wow.
Yeah, I have it backwards.
That hurts.
Well, I'm good at that.
Yes, you are. I still like you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Jeez, we ran out of the treats so fast there, Roland.
You tore through them.
I know, but she was so cute.
Alright, so let's get into the dialogue.
Alright.
Because the whole point of the dialogue is to explain the
world.
The way that the future is now.
Yeah. Alright, so... Oh, you scrolled down too far. Alright. Glimmer and Eleanor made their way to the Overseer building. Good must stand by good, Eleanor read aloud, which they already said in the last chapter. No, not that. Just the good must stand by good.
I thought I would reiterate it because I said it was written and now she's saying that was the difference.
Well, they talk about it. She said it always... Oh, the council is good. That's what they talked about. Okay, maybe they didn't say it in the last chapter.
I think it said that it was written on the door at the end.
I see.
I'll double check before we're done.
Okay, because that could just go back. Well, I don't know. Anyway. Made their way to the Overseer with no troubles. I hope not. What troubles would they have had?
I feel like the whole sentence is pointless.
Well, maybe we need to revisit to the last chapter and see what it said.
I still feel like the whole sentence is pointless.
It's possible.
Yeah. It's the very last thing it says.
Okay. When they first came, the Vrina helped us humans figure out what good really meant. Anytime the humans, not human, not the human, but the humans, question everything about this particular matter, not that one, the other one, on the end of that sentence that you were just touching. Right. Wrong screen.
No,
What are you doing?
Right.
Yeah. evil. Anytime the humans question anything about this particular matter, the Verena ambassador would simply state, if you don't stand by good, you stand by evil, Glimmer explained. Which is okay sentence.
It sounds dark a little bit, and that was my intention. I wanted them to feel a little bit like they're shut out, but they're not.
Okay. That was... So Glimmer's still explaining. So that needs to go up behind Glimmer explained. That was over 200 years ago. I'm only 25. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. That was over 200 years ago. I'm only 25. Something they taught us all as cadets at Security Alpha. He reached for the door panel. Is that a hot pan on my plastic?
Yeah, not that hot.
Oh, okay. He reached to the door panel and opened it to a well-lit, doorless room filled with chairs, like a waiting room where you only wait. So what do? Eleanor asked. We wait, like all good things. They take time. Glimmer took a seat, and Eleanor sat next to him. The chairs were comfortable enough. Looking around, Eleanor noticed the distinct lack of doors. Where is the overseer? Okay, so here she's seeing the distinct lack of doors. Where is the overseer? There are no doors. Okay, we get that. It said that
so
twice.
Just
how can we meet how can we see the overseer? Is it just in this big room? You know what I mean?
like, where is it just enough?
Where do we go? Yeah. Glimmer laughed.
Because that's the answer. The question answers that.
Yeah. Glimmer laughed. The overseer is the building. They called it a self-generating sapient mind. It speaks only of the intentions and nothing more. How does it do that? She asked rhetorically. If I knew that, I would be in engineering, he explained. It's not that bad. Well, then why don't I see Verena walking the streets of Earth? She asked. If I knew that, I would be in engineering, he said with a smirk.
I was going to say that. I was going to say sarcastically.
Yeah.
And then I'm wondering, have I said in here at all? Oh, there's one.
Asked.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Laughed. Asked. Yeah, so said sarcastically. Because that's not an explanation. That's...
No, you're not going to get any better explanation than self-generating sapient mind.
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments below, what do you think that means?
Loud noises. The Verena live quite a ways away. In a galaxy we Earthlings lovingly named M18. The Verena call it the Endless Spin. Okay, so if the Verena brought us all this stuff, they've come here, so they just came here, talked to us for a bit, and then left us to our own devices.
You might see a Verena every now and then, very rarely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't see someone from Zambezi very often. But that place does exist. You just, not in America. The people here from Zambezi. I don't know if that's a place. Is that a place? It's just, that's kind of what I'm getting at.
From the same.
But the whole point was that they're from the Council of Good. They're pushing through the galaxies one at a time as fast as they can to kind of get rid of evil.
So could you say, only ambassadors remained? The Verena live quite a ways away. Only ambassadors, so like. Only ambassadors remained. The Verena live quite a ways away, in a galaxy we Earthlings lovingly named M18. Because then there's still some here. It's not like they all left. The way you have it right now is that they all left. Why are you looking at me?
I'm just trying to figure out what to put there.
I said a good line.
You say it. Say it again.
Only the ambassadors remain. The Verena live quite a ways away. So yeah, they came and helped us, and then only the ambassadors to help us further. Basically, is what I'm getting at. Then you took it to add more to the fact that they live far away. He's a boop boop. He's a boop boop. He's a boop boop.
Oh my gosh, my typing is all bad.
Oh yeah, there you go. Bass.
Oh, okay, hold on.
It is likely you will only see an ambassador. The Verena live quite a ways away. Hey, it's okay. You wanna go? It's okay, go. It's good, girl.
It's just warm in here.
It is, and my leg is falling
It's just
asleep.
getting toasty.
It's a good girl if you wanna go.
Almost done. What were we thinking here? I was thinking of adding more, and I just don't think it matters. Because the Verena don't come back up. This is just an explanation of the Overseer.
Yeah.
Kind of something to dialogue about.
But it does explain that there are some Verena still here.
Okay.
That their only job is ambassadorships. That is a much better name. She smiled, a knowing smile. Why a knowing smile?
I don't know. It's a strange statement. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that.
The cake smells good. The cake smells good. I can't wait to eat some cake. Spicy, 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 spiced cake. Spiced with spices.
I also put some snickerdoodle in there. Not snickerdoodle, speculoos.
Speculoos. You know, that's a much better name. Oh, that is a much better name. You know, the ancient South African nation called the Milky Way the backbone of the sky. Ancient China called it the Silver River. Yet we keep to ancient Greek lore about an ancient mother goddess spreading her milk across the sky.
This is said in there a lot.
What?
Ancient. It's in there 3 times.
Yet we keep to Greek lore about an ancient mother. So get rid of that
Yeah.
ancient.
Yeah. Get rid of this ancient too.
Okay, what would you say? That seems less time oriented and more space oriented.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, an old South African.
It's saying to get rid of the it's.
Likely you will only see an ambassador. Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
You would say it either way.
Well, why it's not picking up on the capitalization right there. Anyhow.
I'd probably pay for the service.
Whee! Idly playing with her hair. The ancient Greeks were nothing if not poetic, Glimmer said, distracted. Well, it seems that the intention was to trick you. Does your friend like to play pranks? So he got the intention that someone was going to sell it.
The person that took it was tricking them, right? That's what he says. Did he say sell?
Later.
Oh yeah. Okay.
My friend and I are very non-confrontational. She wouldn't do that to me. A growing concern stopped her in her tracks. How did you? She started to ask. Glimmer pointed to his head, explaining, a special implant allows me to communicate with it. With the Overseer?
Yeah.
Instead of it. I just need to be in an Overseer outpost. That must be why they're everywhere. She nodded, not me nodded. Me nodded. Nina. Allows me to communicate with it. I just don't like the word it there for some reason. Especially allows me to communicate with the weird brain thing.
Weird.
Why is he saying weird brain thing?
Because it's this weird brain thing.
He's not talked like that before.
Oh my gosh.
I just need to be in an overseer outpost. Heading out of the building, as he explained, the intent was to sell it in the Beta Quadrant of the Andromeda Galaxy.
Is that a good enough place to stop?
It just kind of feels...
I'm just trying to trudge through to get to the point. This isn't good.
It's like...
There's things that are going on that this stuff is important for. That's the thing. But the most of the overseer stuff, you're not going to see anything about that until the second book.
Alright, let's think about this real quick. You and I both know that there's a dinner going on at Family House. Okay? Just
okay.
And we say, the way this is read right now, it feels like it's saying dinner at Family Houses at this time, and then it just ends and skips over. Or what you could say is, are you ready to go? Dinner starts at this time.
I see.
Either it needs to be not a call to action, right?
I don't know.
But like a intent of going, because it doesn't have any intent of going. There's just the idea that it's in the Andromeda. Sorry, that's where we're going. That's where it is.
Yeah, that's because imagine this. Imagine that in the Andromeda Galaxy was our local Walmart. Imagine it being that easy to get to the Andromeda Galaxy. If not easier. That's why it's said this way. The next scene, they walk through a doorway into Andromeda. It's not a.
Would she have that easy access to go to Andromeda?
Yeah.
No tickets, no passes, no understanding of...
No, there's like a thing they go up to and have to get the access to the doors. But other than that, it's like a bus station or something.
Okay, what would they need to get through that door?
A ticket. The awareness of the person that runs, that's like there making sure everything's running. Okay,
well, what would they need to get a ticket? You could just walk in and get a ticket?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to have anything on me?
Why would you? They just need to make sure that they know who's coming in and out, and that, you know.
How would they do that?
Why are you asking?
Trying to give you an idea of what to put here.
Oh, okay.
Do you have all your paperwork? You know, something to that effect was what I was trying to get at.
Do you have all your paperwork is clever?
Is it clever?
Yeah. If I could spell. If I could think.
Happy.
And if the D key didn't double hit sometimes.
Happier. Why is that clever?
Because I didn't think of it.
I just figured, you know, if they're gonna go somewhere, they need most of the time travel requires paperwork, especially if you're leaving planet. You know.
Is that one word? Is that what you were telling me? Let's see.
Oh, she's always ready to go.
Yeah, it's like having your ID on you. Your ID gets you to the Andromeda Galaxy.
Well, it's like having your ID and your passport on you at all times.
It's like passports don't. Why would you need your passport to get to the local Walmart?
No, but
You
I have
know?
tons of people that bring their passports in.
Huh? Yeah. There's
Mostly-
there's nothing wrong with that.
Mostly because their IDs are expired.
Yeah, or they're recent immigrants.
Or they have a type of ID I can't accept. But
Yeah,
their
like a
passport
military
works.
ID. Yeah.
No, military ID is accepted.
Oh, you guys can do that now?
Yeah, we can do military IDs. But we can't take like Mexico consular cards for some odd reason. Mostly because it's not in English. Like the vast majority of the text on the card is in English. So you could look at it and probably discern the date and discern the expiration date and all that said, but it's not easily read by us. She slipped a small sleeve out of her pocket. Inside was a smiling picture of her face. The picture was smiling, her face was smiling.
Hold on, I have an idea. I got double D's. That's so annoying.
Oh, you left the oven on.
Now it's off.
Hee Look at the little lip.
Fuck. That's so bad. Retrieved.
I don't like how it like deletes it and types it back in. It's a little awkward. Winded to dough.
That double D, it's getting annoying.
Winded to dough. We gotta remove your D key and see if
Love
there's
that.
anything stuck in under it. She slipped a small sleeve out of her pocket. A small cardboard sleeve slipped out.
Sleeve. Cardboard slip? How do I say this? What is this? Card.
With a little window slipped out. A small cardboard card with a little window slipped out. After retrieving it, she showed in the window on the sleeve. Why do you have to explain that again? And it's a small cardboard card, not the window of the sleeve.
Both of them have a sleeve, have a window.
So she took the cardboard out.
The cardboard was like next to it, so when she pulled it out, the other thing fell out with it. And then she picks it up, puts it in her pocket. This is not just random stuff. I'm trying to like add more of the future stuff into it.
Okay.
It comes back up, but she's keeping it in her pocket for the most part.
So the cardboard card
Yeah,
is what she's keeping secret.
that's not really secret. It's just
That's
they're
not,
focused on
that's
something
not,
else.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
not the sleeve. After retrieving it, she showed the window on the sleeve. She showed the window on the sleeve, not in the window. I think it's gonna say the same thing. She showed the window on the sleeve. Inside was a smiling picture of her face. So the picture was smiling.
Yeah. Should I do a picture of her face smiling? Of her smiling face?
A picture of her smiling face.
I want to do that a lot, don't I?
Because the picture can't smile. Well, get rid of this first smile. Get rid of the first smile! Inside was a smiling picture of her smiling face. So she and the picture are now smiling.
Not attractive, but like good looking.
There was a rather
But not necessarily attractive, but good looking.
well
Framed? No. Not cute. Dashing is a male way of saying it.
Dashing picture of her smiling face. It almost is like you would say inside was a picture of her smiling photogenic face. Is what you're trying to get at. Okay, go ahead. Good girl.
Photogenic definitely is a word that I'm trying to reach for. Maybe I just leave it alone for now. We can call that good.
And call that good? I think that made that a lot better. Sussing out some of that dialogue.
A little bit. I mean, it's
still pretty choppy.
I like more of the stuff I'm doing in the beginning than I am in the stuff I'm doing in the later, and I think it shows.
Yes, it does.
And well, get used to it, because I like that kind of stuff where it's pensive and thoughtful and a little bit grandiose and specific. Thanks for watching.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.